Hi, I'm Shakti Prem. I spent my time between Australia and Italy, exploring new places, meeting new people, and holding yoga retreats in the beautiful Tuscan hills. Join me as I share my adventures with you.
Hello! This afternoon I decided to come up on the hills after most of the day in town. So I'm up here from the Piazzale Michelangelo. There's a street going up here, Via della Torre del Gallo. And here where it forks, on the right is a sign, Romea Sanese. It's a walking track, and we go past or we go towards the Conservatorium. There are sometimes events to look at the stars. There's the huge telescopes out there. Interesting enough, because we'll go the other way. You will find out very soon why it's interesting that we're looking at the stars in this area. That's also my way home if I go the back way. And it's just wonderful because there is fresher air blowing up here on the hills. It's an area with lots of green, but this time in the afternoon we might meet a few cars. And if I look over that wall there, I see the top of the Duomo. And I'm driving home. So if we stand here, my beautiful photographer stands up there, then we can look down to town. That's where we are. And if we're turning around, this is the little entrance to an amazing park. I don't know, we have to check when it's open another time. INAF in Italian language letters. Osservatorio Astrofisico di Arcetri. So this is the stargazing place. And we have to see verso nove frontier 18th Notti d'estate. So we have to maybe look on the 18th of June, from the 18th of June to the 18th of July, there is here something happening. So I will have a look if we can go inside. Maybe I can show you another time the view from up there and beautiful gardens, because I've been there to an event last year. Let's turn around. I think other times I might have shown you in the car with the camera this way out towards back to my place. You wouldn't think that this is the little entrance down there to a beautiful, huge complex of stargazing place, but it's really where they work there. It's not just like a place to show tourists, like a planetarium. It is really a place where people study and where they learn and study astrophysics. So definitely, if you have got more than a few days to just go from one museum to the other in town, come out here, because this here, Via del Pian dei Giullari. Giullari is just a great area to be in the greens, to have great views, and I can't say it enough to have fresh air, really, because Florence is down in a valley kind of situation where the air can be quite a bit stuck, in particular in summer and in particular in winter, in these two seasons. Up there That building I found very interesting. A few years ago I saw it was about to get renovated. Must say I've got no idea, but I tell you, I don't know, no idea what it is now, but it seems that people are living in there, and you could envy them, because this place out here, you're close to the city and you're so close here in nature. And if you now look to the right, you just see all the different greens. That's one thing, it's not just green, it's there are different shades of green. To play with that title. And again, I hope you hear the European birds. If you're Australian, you will notice the difference, especially if you're living close to the tropics. It's definitely a different sound of the birds here. Yeah, and let's go on, because this little street takes you on bigger or smaller walks, however you want. And you pass even places where you can eat or have a coffee or a drink. The classical 500, 500 Fiat. My son was sitting in one when they were renting one, when the roof was open, because he's 180 something, and he could nearly look out. He needed the roof open. The stone wall is still warm from the sun today. Once you're up here, it's also a good place, I think, to cycle. Once you're up here, I don't want to cycle up here, but there are also lots of cycling tours with e-bikes, of course, these days. You see them around. It's a nice way, I suppose, to see the area. Although I grew up in Europe, but again, these walls, these old walls, and we have them less in Germany, it's more destroyed or other things destroyed. They always amaze me. How these walls and the streets were built so many hundreds, thousands of years ago. Different size. It's an art in all these simple everyday life things. And even here the lamps, you know, with the blacksmith work. Here the jasmine, you can't smell it, sorry. It's the one thing that's missing in a film. You just have to join me one day. To smell and feel, you have to be there. And here, we're coming closer and closer to a little village community looking place. Pian dei Giullari. Even if you look at the little curtains, they're crocheted curtains. And there's a bus going up here. If you don't want to walk up here, now you can see how it's spelled. If you need to take the bus, it's the 38, Pian dei Giullari. And you can get out here. Walking through this narrow street, is quite something. And have a look here. Or maybe the gate even opens. There's a Vespa just coming down. There's a car coming too. That was open a few years ago, and I've got no idea, because they were renovating something there. And there's this tower and a beautiful view the other way down, but one can walk around and have that view as well on a little street. In the meantime, we can look at these beautiful dogs against the sky. So now we're coming to the point, why is there a stargazing place up here? Well, because there's a good view up on the hill, and down the road from here, of Bahrain, Florence, what is this? Consulate of the Kingdom of Bahrain. The looking down bouncing pose. Okay. If you are in a building or even out here, don't forget to look up, but please stop when you look up. Don't just walk. I find it always beautiful what I see in art or little details when I'm looking up. And you always wonder what's behind these walls, doors, gates. Quite often they're really opening, especially up here, opening up to gardens, to some spacious places. And here, the one and only place up here, I think, maybe there's more, Omero is a trattoria, quite famous, really special food. And they have a shop here in the front as well. It's now closed, but we can still peep inside if it's not reflecting too much. Oh yeah, if you look through, you can see a fantastic view on the other side. The chickpeas, they're growing that also here. Italians eat a lot of chickpeas. And legumes, the beautiful biscuits with a jam or chocolate inside. Oh yeah, there's a whole basket full with chickpeas. And of course here in the vitrine, cheese, and possibly further on also ham and stuff and salami. Okay, here opposite the Omero is the Villa Galileo. So here is where Galilei was exiled. Looks pretty phenomenal. Over there maybe the garden thing is open, I'm not sure. But that's where he spent the last years of his life. When the church was really not happy with him anymore, but that's where he went on working, and possibly in peace and quiet. Who knows? We hope so. Just have met a local. The gentleman lives in here. While I was trying to figure out the date or the year that this post was done, so when Galileo came here, and together we found out. First, we start in the beginning of the numbers and at the end. It is 1863. And this gentleman told me, so he must have been born here because he said he lives here for 80 years. I don't think that he's much older than 80. Told me that this place, years ago, when he was a child, I suppose, was completely autonomous. So like a little place, a little village that was completely working on its own, didn't need Florence. If you needed something, you would say, yes, tomorrow I might go to Florence, because there were two butchers over there, important for people, and then over there was a forno, there was a bakery where now the Omero is. So they had everything up here, which was nice, and now people possibly live here and mostly go down town to work and do their shopping, because there is just that little trattoria with a little shop there. And here, this is all part of that villa. If we look around, that was here the Galileo Villa. Well, actually kind of a nice place to be exiled if you weren't chained up to something. I think, well, Not a bad place, just a bit sad if you can't socialize, but I think there's worse places to be in exile. And then we can look through here in that garden, olive trees, of course. If he was strolling around here doing all his last work, then hey, good on him. But this road goes on and there's many options. I'll show you one. If you wanted to do a bigger round to go back to another place down to Florence, you can go this way. Santa Margherita a Montici, that goes then later down, and you can arrive more or less at the big co-op where I also made a little film of. Out here I like this. There's a school and I like this little walk. Let's do this one, right? I think that's a nice one. Via San Matteo in Arcetri. Another one with all the blacksmith work. It's like the entrance to the secret garden. If you're English speaking, you might have read the book. I read it to my son, The Secret Garden, when he was little. There were Augustinian hermits founded a hospice in 1240, which from 1269 became a female monastery. So 29 years later, for the Augustinian nuns. So this kind of thing, but we don't go down here. You can go down here another time. This I just like, when these narrow streets come and you see the pine trees over there. So just imagine here going down, another car coming up. What kind of car would you like here? Okay, a little bit further. We stop. There's always something else around the corner. Like in life. I take everything like in life, every walk. You never know what's around the corner. Are you game enough to look around the corner, or are you just happy to be where you are? I think I'm always curious what's around the corner. I can always turn back. See, and now what's happening? We walked that far and now it's all opening up. Exactly, I remember that. That's fantastic, that street here. Got a great view here, and they're growing all the great vegetables on that side, and then on this side you have got Florence down in the valley. It was worth coming here, see? And look at the different shades of green. So many, so different. Cypresses, pine trees, olive trees. And even some invaders' bamboo I can see over there. And this is how you can go on and on. Just go once a little bit out of town, up on a hill. If you don't find a way that turns back on itself, well, you just walk back the same way, but it's just really lovely. I think we just go to this wall where it's a bit more down and enjoy once more the view. And for this evening, I think I'm getting hungry and we turn around and find something to eat or make something to eat. And if I look down here, there is wild fennel growing. This here, that light green there, that's spreading up there. And over there is sage growing. That's all sage. So we're heading back again and really heading fast because I thought I can really rest on this beautiful wall before, looking that I'm not sitting on bird poo. But it happened to be that I sat on a bee and I got a bee stung in my bottom. And in the past I had a not so pleasant allergic reaction. So I think I decided we better going back up here again. Buonasera. And yes, if you wish to come out here, you go to Porta Romana, this beautiful big porta. You will go there possibly anyway in that area. Which, if you're in the city centre, you're at the Ponte Vecchio, Palazzo Pitti. There you go anyway. And you go further this street, then you end up in Porta Romana. And there's a bus number 38 that takes you up here in 10 minutes. And you can just go for your stroll. And that 38 at some stage will take you down again. So, definitely worth it if you're not having a rushing Europe tour. So, where are we now? On another hill. We went from the hill of Pian dei Giullari, now I can finally say it, to Impruneta, where we'll have our pizza, if the pizzeria is open. I hope so. And another beautiful picturesque little street. Impruneta, if you haven't seen the film yet, is the town of the pottery, of the terracotta, which you can see here. We'll give a bit more attention, I think, towards summer there. And here all the letter boxes and the house numbers are in terracotta. And again, as I said, look up. Looking up, you can see here another inlay. Looking up, you see here the pottery. Via della Croce, the street of the cross. Yeah. not that much happening, but there are things happening. So there's the pottery, and then there is always the place, the Circolino, the Casa di Popolo, which is here, and then there is the pizzeria. It's just where people meet, have a drink, have a coffee. We can go through and see the view, and then we go to the pizzeria. The view out here under us is the little co-op, the little supermarket here in town. You can have everything here. And there are more and more of these, what are they? They're pointed piña. These trees, cypress and piña, there's just a full forest of these that are like umbrella trees over there, if you see them on the little hill. A new one with people looking at their phones. And in here we go into the pizzeria. It looks very basic, like it doesn't look fancy, very old traditional, you know, I don't know, is it the 50s style, the 60s, 70s? Anyway, it's not like the modern thing, but they make really good pizza. They come from Calabria, from the south, and an easy pizza, even the margherita, is fantastic. So we're hungry. We're going to have our dinner here tonight. We've got acqua naturale, our evening feast. Sharing a pizza, two vegetarian, one vegetariana and one with a pecorino and sun-dried tomatoes and olives and feta and a mixed salad. And because we like oil, I like the bit spicy oil, you can ask olio picante and they give it to you, and then you can put it on your pizza and you can just try out how spicy you want it. Bread you always get if you want it or not. And also I like to put lots of oil on that. And I think it's time to say buon appetito. What we've got, because my beautiful filming lady didn't finish her pizza, but I did. And now we go for a little stroll to help us digest the food. Actually, I like these houses that stream out. I don't know what you call it, but anyway, that funny shape. And this little street goes past a nice restaurant as well that has a garden bit, and then we end up in the piazza. The yellow light gives it a nice atmosphere too, I think, that we don't know of in the new worlds. There's music, there's maybe something happening, you never know. You hear it? Here's the nice garden bit of that restaurant on the left. They make very good pasta there. They don't have pizza, but they make pasta there. There's something happening even in Impruneta. More and more of the nice terracotta. I really don't want to know how you make this. Must be a mold. You can't have a huge wheel you can fit that on. And turn around, that also looks nice.
Qua all'Impruneta,